Hey guys, we're back. This time we're going to be taking a look at the Broken Tokens insert for Gloomhaven, and also can hold Forgotten Circles. And this was sent to me by the good folks over there at Broken Token to take a look at and give you my thoughts on. So with the coming of Crimson Scales here, I managed to pick up myself my own copy of Gloomhaven, and I've been going through trying to organize it all, and I think this is going to help out. So we're going to get in and take a look. So we got a little bit of filler in here just for shipping, but we got tuck boxes for a bunch of the things. I'm not sure what they go to yet. They're card size, so I'm gonna assume. I think I know some of them go to the monsters. Maybe they did some with the combat decks and things too. Got our manual here. This one does say it requires glue. I know a lot of them you can put together without glue, so I will be using it anyway. It's a layout of our boards. And then the assembly instructions. There are a lot of trays in this. Which is funny because it's a relatively small book, but there you can see all the different trays. Even a thing on how to stack them, which is kind of cool. What do we got here? Stickers. Looks like for all the different monsters, and then these are blank ones over here. Some of them are scuffed, but have to see what those are for. But obviously I think these go on the boxes, but I'm not sure about the blank ones. Well, they even say right on there, these go on the large tuck boxes. If I could read. Then we got our boards here. These are like a MDF. I think that's for one of the big main trays. Probably for where the tiles go. And then these are our actual boards here. And I love the fact that, yeah, some of these are already so loose. I've had a few things where the pieces that were in here weren't cut close enough to where you snap them out, and you couldn't actually get them out. And these seem to be much better than that. There's a lot of little like connectors in here too, so be interesting to see how this all goes together. Tray the big, and like I said, I think these go to that big tray. I don't know how many of these I'm going to be able to get out on camera like this, but lots and lots of pieces here. I like these are etched. I'm assuming this is a token tray, and you've got these would be your hit point counters, I think. I'm not sure what all is, but that's kind of cool that they're etched. It's broke there. More frames. Are these all labeled? They are not labeled on the pieces or the frame, so you're going to use those picture probably on the front page of the rulebook there that shows you which board is which. And I like that they clearly marked pieces like this that are just a space here. This is going to get tossed out. They actually marked on them that you're going to toss those. It's nice that it reminds you of that, but at the same time, I like to save little pieces like that and use them for other projects. So that could get in the way of that if you're a person like me who does that. There's a lot of punch boards in this box. Some more big ones there. This might be the last one. Yep, looks like that's the last one. So, a ton of boards here. We're going to get these all punched. Well, we're not going to punch them out. We're going to do it the way they suggest and punch them out as you go. Because like I said, you need this little chart here to reference what is what. I know it might not be as pretty, but it would be nice to have those marked on the actual pieces. I know some places do that. I think the boards themselves have a number on them. Yeah, up here in the corner. So at least there's that to help you track things down. But we'll see how this goes. We'll get it all put together, get her loaded up, and then tell you my thoughts. So I finally got all the trays put together. Not much trouble in there. I did use glue on a lot of the points, though I don't think you need to on quite a few of them. They do kind of lock into place. But yeah, I used glue on almost all the points just to make sure they're a little extra sturdy. And I don't think I really had any issues with anything. I did put these together in opposites. There are two different ways you could do this by flipping the tray over. So I made them different so they stand out. What other ones we got here? Tray for the damage tokens, for the cards, and these are adjustable. These dividers actually come out, and you can mix and match them however you want to set these up. I'll probably need to respace them out when I actually get the cards in there. Same with these. This is for the monster cards. The boss has its own little box. I don't remember what goes in there. Miniatures, maybe? And we have this big one with the tuck boxes for all of the different enemy models. The one thing that I find odd is that these are like super tight to fit in here. I think I rearranged them a little bit from what they said, but managed to get everything in here. But yeah, they were kind of super tight at first, and there's nothing in them yet. I just made the tuck boxes. So you fold these out, and then I can't even get one out. And then they come with these stickers to put on the ends to label them. So curious to see how that's going to work once they have stuff in them, if it makes it any tighter or not. And we have a couple more. I'm not even sure what all the trays go to. There is some extra stickers. But yeah, I'd have to double check what some of these trays even go to, because I don't remember. These are for the players. You have your small deck, your larger deck. Those are kind of cool. Your life counter, I think, is what goes over here. Or maybe they sit across the top. They might sit across the top. And these also interlock into each other there. A few more small trays here, and then of course the big one. And this is for all the big map tiles and things. And it's branded on there with the logo. Upside down. And then this one they did recommend on the bottom, putting some tape across there just for reinforcement. It is glued along here as well. So it should be alright. I think the only thing that sits in there are the cardboard tokens. So should be okay with that. And yeah, we're going to get it loaded up with all of the components. And I'll let you know what I think. So that was a lot of work going through and putting everything in there, but it's all sorted out now. With these, I'm still not sold on these boxes, but for example here we have the archers here. It's convenient that it keeps everything in one box. So you open it up here. And you've got your tokens in there for the monster. You've got your combat deck in there for the monster. It's nice having them all together, but at the same time, it's kind of inconvenient. I'm not a huge fan of tuck boxes. I may mix this with my old insert so I can use the solution I had for that. I do like having them together though. See, in mine, I keep the cards in a separate location and the tokens in a little tray. And I have the cards separated out with little plastic dividers somewhere. So these little dividers that slide in between, so you can just flip through and find the cards you want. But something in between those two I think would be better. I like having them together, but I'm not a fan of those boxes. Anyway, the one thing I will say that is sadly lacking is instructions on what goes in what tray. I managed to go online and find some pictures, and I kind of pieced everything together from those pictures, so I think I got it all, but I'm sure I've got some stuff in the wrong spot. Like this tray is still a mess, but I've never found a good solution for that tray. So anyway, we'll try to slide. Nothing wants to slide on this tablecloth. Also, I did not find a location for the elite bases. I'm sure there's a place you can squeeze them in. It specifically says to put the standard bases in here, and there's not really enough room to squeeze the elite ones in there too. So unless I missed it somewhere, I'm not sure where they're supposed to go. There's plenty of little open spots here and there that you can tuck them in. So we'll probably do that with them. The other thought was maybe they're supposed to go in here. I put the boss standee tokens in there, so maybe those are supposed to go in the box because you have room. So I'm almost wondering if they're not supposed to go over here. And maybe, no, see, even that's going to be pretty tight. I guess you could put some of them in the box. There's room. But definitely could use a... That works for now. Definitely could use a list on what goes where. One other minor thing is that I have all of my monster cards sleeved. And that's that tight. And they do fit in here like they're supposed to in this box. And there's actually plenty of room to spare even. But once you get all the envelopes in here as well, it gets super tight and they barely fit. And I believe that they have this guy in there as well. I see him sticking out like that in a picture. So that's going to be a super tight fit if you're using sleeves on those. Not everybody does. I'm weird like that. But keep that in mind. And we're going to see if we can start getting everything back in the box here. If I can clear a space big enough to put the box. So the one thing they've done that wasn't in the original was that these went this way. They had them over here. I can't even get it on camera. But yeah, they went this way over on this side. They've taken them and rotated them. So just keep that in mind when you go to put yours in here. I'm going to see if we can't get everything to fit in there. So on the book here, they do give you a handy little chart in the beginning somewhere. Well, they show them all sitting there, but there it's on the back. They show you how to stack up all the trays and get them all to fit in there. It is a pretty tight fit, so we're going to see if we can't do this. Again, another picture reference. They do have some pictures of like each layer in on the website, so that helps for that. But I think the first thing we need here are going to be these boxes. Go right in here. And try to get as much of this on camera as I can. Stay. And then off to the side of that, we have our character trays. And I did not fill the character trays because we're not actually playing a game at the moment. But they have room in here for your tokens. And then your deck here, they have a little small section here, I'm assuming, for the cards that you're removing from your deck, or maybe the character ones, and then your actual character deck here. Don't think this divider is big enough, though, because the cards that are not in your deck and the cards that are in your deck can possibly mix. Maybe not. Maybe these little things are just high enough to keep them out, but the other one is the tokens, the way they sit in there. The cards on top are what hold them in, which kind of prevents you from being able to stack the games on your side. And you'll see what I mean here in a second, because I did get out a character. Now this is going to be interesting to figure out how to get these in here. I don't see that as fitting. I'm going to leave one out for now, because these are supposed to fit right here. And that may be another flaw on my part. Yeah, because they're pretty tight. Inside of each of these, I actually have one of these little plastic trays. And they work as basically what these are for. So with those in there, I think these are just a hair thicker than normal. So I had to leave one out. That's interesting to know. And that means you're also going to have to leave out the... character that comes with Forgotten Circles, because they're not in here as well. I think I do remember hearing something about that. This is the first time I'm putting the thing in the box, but I do remember hearing something about that. So I got another tray. There's 4 of these in total. And then our 4th one here, this is starting character, so no spoilers. But this is basically what it's going to look like with your stuff in there. So you got your pad in the back, your character board. You've got your XP and health bar. And you can see here you got your cards. I keep the ones that are not unlocked face up and the ones I'm using face down. Then you have your equipment over here. Apparently I never put this back after the last time we played, but so you have your actual deck in here, equipment that you're carrying. Up here you have your unlocked, or not unlocked cards. These are the ones that you're swapping in. And then you can see here your tokens. Kind of afraid putting them in that side, that they may fall through that little hole in the corner. Didn't check to see if they will, but you have this spot over here you can use as well, which doesn't have that hole. But these cards kind of slot in on top of it. And then this slots in on top of that. These go in on top of that to kind of lock everything in place, but I don't know if I would trust that standing up. It might be okay. But yeah, these are sleeved too, but there is a little bit of a gap up there in the corner. I'm just afraid those tokens would come out. So, not sure on those. I do like the idea of having everything right there, but I think they could have been laid out a little better. On to the next tray. What goes down in this corner? So looks like you take your bases and the boss tray. So I looked back in, and the thing I was missing, I guess the 4 active player boxes are not supposed to be in here, which is why you have the 4 player trays here. So we take out another 3 to go with our one that's already out. This slides over. The miniatures tray should fit here. Again, this is a tight fit because of those inserts in these boxes. So that's my doing, not theirs. So I am going to slide up one additional just for that, but they should fit all those in there. I might be able to get it back in even. In case you're wondering, before you ask, the ones facing one way are the ones that are locked at the start of the campaign. The ones I had facing the other way were the unlocked ones. That's why some of them are backwards. I know someone's triggered out there by seeing the backwards ones. But there you go. That's how they have it. The 4 characters that are being played, you have to store elsewhere, and their stuff all goes in those trays. That makes more sense. Now we have more room and can get to some more of this. I do like their card tray here. So this has the base game ones in it. It has the ones from the solo expansion, and has room for more. You also have all these blank area over here. There's also a bunch more of the dividers. So based on if you have your cards sleeved or not, you can space these out differently. I have the blessings in here, the player curses, the monster curses, and the -1 cards there. Got the monster combat deck there. Goals back here. You can sort these out however you want them, and like I said, the dividers move out. They do interlock with the one next to them, so you have to be careful when you're trying to take this one out. It actually hooks under the one next to it. I don't know if I can get that back in now that I did that. So keep that in mind when you're swapping them around. But I have the unlock store stuff in the front, the lock stuff in the back, so you can move that divider back as more and more stuff unlock. And then, yeah, the solo quest stuff over here, and then the rare items back there. You can divide those up however you want, but that seems to work very well. I actually like that concept, and I might keep that tray. I think I'm going to end up combining the two, so spoiler, but that's coming. The next tray here is for the larger cards, so you have your road and city events here, your life goals, or whatever they're called there. There's plenty of extra slots on these. These are the random dungeon cards back here. You can mix and match and do whatever you want with these. Again, these dividers are removable, so you can adjust them if you have sleeved or non-sleeved cards. I might move these over here and make a section here so I can have my used and unused event cards to keep them separate. So that's something to keep in mind. This goes there, and we're missing something. I think I messed this up. I think this is supposed to go down there like that, the boss tray. This one goes there. So the monster cards on top. First time you put these in is always a pain, but there we go. That's what we had messed up. These tray slots, yeah, everything fits nice now. The pictures in the book are not very helpful for laying these out. I will give them that. I'm going off an actual picture posted on the website of everything full and laid in here. So next up on there, we have these trays. Let's go here. And these, I like the fact that they have these little things in the bottom to push up. There's little holes through them to push the tiles up. Makes them way easier to pull out of there. Those fit in like that. Then we have some stuff I didn't get out of the box. The board goes on here like that. What trays do we need first? Summoning tray. This little tray is actually meant for the void tokens that come with Forgotten Circles. That goes there like that. Next up we have our token trays here. This is the trap trays. Status tokens, and I don't know why there's an empty one of these. In the images for it, they have the disarm tokens in there twice. Maybe there's something that comes with Forgotten Circles, I'm not remembering. But you have an extra slot there. This tray also, like, the coin one seems perfect size, which I realize they're trying to make it all in one tray, but then like these tokens could have been in something half the size. Maybe freed up some space for something else. So I'm not sure on those. Seems like a little bit of rearranging could have saved a little bit of space on those. And your books go in here. Like that. And this tray, which is a complete disaster. And I will probably try to figure out better. Fits on top. And because of the nature of Gloomhaven, I can't see if you could see it on there, but the boxes are always warped. There's always little bent things, so it makes this one a little difficult to get in because it's like the exact size of the box. It does not want to fit in there. Can't get it to sit down in. It should sit a little bit smaller than that, but it does stick up slightly over the lip of the box. You could probably get away with sticking some of these down here to make it sit a little nicer. And then that on top like that. And that is it. That is our monster box. Like I said, there is a little bit of lid lift. I'm not sure if I have something packaged wrong or if it's supposed to. But that is everything in there. It does add a massive amount of heft to this box. Probably doubles its weight. So keep that in mind. Have a good strong shelf to put it on. And a couple of small things I did mention along the way. Not being able to put all the player character boxes in there is kind of a letdown. But with the coming of Crimson Scales, I think I'm going to end up putting all of the playable characters in Crimson Scales' box. That way I can have the ones from Jaws of the Lion too. And that'll free up quite a bit of space in this main box. Maybe I'll be able to fit all the Crimson Scales components in here too. So that is an option. And I put the stickers, they were in the lid when I shut it. As far as the insert goes, though, I'm pretty happy with most of the trays, and that actually even seems pretty sturdy, even though it has that split in it. There are a couple things I question. Like I said, These I realized were made to size so that they seal when you put everything on top of them. These little holes in the side, though, seem like tokens could slide out of there if you stack your game on your side. I'm not sure about those. Again, these are probably twice the size they need to be. So I realized they were making it into those trays. I do like the fact that there's trays in here to support the Forgotten Circles thing. Overall, yeah, I like a lot. I'm trying to dig my way back down because there's something I questioned further in here. On this large card tray, there is a slot underneath for something. I don't know what's supposed to go there. Maybe this? Possibly. Quite possibly that. But there is, yeah, a little spot under there for some kind of board. I'm going to leave that in there for now. But maybe the books. I did not, when I was doing that back together, I did not have the, when I was putting that back there, I did not have the stuff here. We got the town record book, the full flyer that's in there, the rune translations, and the stickers. So maybe they're supposed to go in there. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of extra room that could be played with to do some stuff, and definitely a lot of potential here. I do like it. Obviously, if you have nothing, this is a great insert, and it's going to help you get the game to the table much easier. The big thing that I dislike is not being able to put all the characters in here and having to keep those 4 aside. I may actually take those character trays out, because I have the like I said, the little 3D printed inserts that go in the character boxes. They work as a character tray, so everything can save in those, and that would free up quite a bit of space. The other big things are getting all of the monster cards in here with the envelopes when they're sleeved. I'm actually considering getting rid of those envelopes anyway. I have these little plastic trays I'm going to make that do the same thing as the envelopes, so you have your different slots on here for them. Heck, most people don't even use those anyway, and they have better bases with slots for the tokens on the bases. So that's something to keep in mind. Definitely need a better layout to where to put everything in the box. Looking through pictures and trying to guess was kind of a pain. I do like these trays that separate out all the components. Originally, even the 3D printed one I had them all just thrown in a bin, and then somebody made a sorter thing for that. So those are cool. I do like those trays. And again, they all have the little spot underneath to poke up to get stuff out, which is nice. The card trays are always welcome. I think I might actually keep that larger card tray because I like the way it sets things out better. And I'm probably going to keep this one and use my dividers in here to sort these out. I like that. I like the way they're set up. I don't think I'm going to continue using the tuck boxes though. As I said before, if you don't have anything else, they're better than nothing. They're a really good concept, and I like having them together. I'm afraid of the wear and tear of the longevity of those tuck boxes. Your mileage may vary, depends on how much you play the game. But I just wish they would come up with a better concept for that. In the Jaws of the Lion insert, which came after this, I think they did take a note from that, and they used a tray, basically like one of these, that laid out all of the tokens, and then the cards were kept in a tray similar to this. So that's probably what I'm going to go with for that. But I do like the idea, just don't like the tuck boxes. And I think that was a common thing, and I think they kind of agreed with that, and that's why the Jaws of the Lion one was different. We'll see when the Frosthaven one comes out. I'm going to be willing to bet that that does not have that. So that is a look at everything from the broken token insert for Gloomhaven. I'm trying to put things back in the wrong order here. Slap it back together real quick here. I do like it though. I just wish I hadn't spent a month printing out a 3D printed version of a insert for the game before I got this, because now I'm torn between the two, and I think I'm going to actually mix components from each because I like the way certain things are done in each one. And again, that bent box corner screws me over. There we go. But yeah, that does sit up a little bit above the box. And I think those are sitting flush. So either I put something in the box wrong, or you're going to end up with a little bit of lid lift. But considering what all this does to get all that in there and organized, I don't think it matters. The box is already big. It doesn't fit on a lot of shelves. An extra 1/4 inch there isn't going to hurt you. But anyway, yeah, that is a look at the broken token insert for Gloomhaven. Hope it helps you decide if it's something you're interested in. If you are interested, I'll have a link down in the description. Go check it out. It is a little pricey, but it's definitely worth it if you're looking for something to organize your game. Makes it set up and tear down faster. You can get it to the table more often, which is always good. That's going to wrap it up for this one. As always, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.